Good morning, class. I, Mukesh Tiwari, welcome everyone in Smart Exam Academy. Today we are once again here to discuss about the most important questions of this chapter, the First World War. In the last two videos, I have discussed about the causes and the results of the First World War. In the first video, I have discussed about the causes that led to the First World War. I also discussed about the tricks to learn the causes of the First World War. And in the second video I discussed about the results of the First World War, and I discussed every causes and the results in a detailed manner. So if you have not seen that videos, I will request everyone to watch those videos first, in which I have discussed everything in the detail. In this video we are going to discuss about the most important questions which repeatedly comes every year in the short form, in the 1 marks question or 2 marks question, or in the 4 or 3 marks question. These questions appear. So these are the most important questions of this chapter which I have selected, extremely important for the exam. So I will tell you to open your copy and be ready to write the answers. So let's move ahead. The first important question: why the First World War is also called the World War? As I have said into the first video, that it is such a war that was fought on land, water and the air. In the three field it was fought. Another thing, the 86 countries were directly or indirectly involved into the war. It is a second cause. And the third cause, the different countries of Asia, Africa and Europe participated in this war. Different countries of Asia, Africa and Europe participated in this war, so it is called the World War. Okay, so these are the three main causes that I have discussed. So let's move on to the next question. Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente, these were the two blocks in which the war happened, who were directly involved into the war. Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy were in alliance in 1882, which was known as the Triple Alliance. Another one was the Triple Entente. England, France, Russia formed the Triple Entente. Another thing I want to tell you on behalf of England, because during that time India was in the hand of the England, so India was also indirectly participating in the First World War. India was also participating. But for the general knowledge, I have said this: don't write it in your answer. It is not necessary to write it. Okay, you will not be given any kind of extra marks for writing the role of India. So actually for the general knowledge I have said this. So England, France and Russia. So Triple Entente. Let's move ahead. What is known as the Sarajevo incident, Sarajevo crisis, I have explained in the last video. In the video number 1 I have said it is actually Sarajevo crisis was the immediate cause. This question can also come as explain the immediate cause of the revolt of the First World War. Immediate cause. In the immediate cause we have to write about the murder of Archduke Ferdinand and his wife by Gavrilo Princip. Gavrilo Princip. By Gavrilo Princip. He was Austrian. Austrian, but he was persuaded by Serbia to kill Archduke Ferdinand. Serbia had the rules. Actually, Serbia did the planning of the murder of Archduke Ferdinand and his wife on 28 June 1914 in Sarajevo, where he was shot dead. Who was the murderer? The murder was committed by Gavrilo Princip. So it is a immediate cause. The question can also come, what is the immediate cause of the First World War? Then you have to write the year, is very important to remember. 1914 is the year. The place is Sarajevo. Sarajevo is the place where the murder was done by Gavrilo Princip. Next. So you are requested to write down the answer, very short and very accurate answer. It has been given. Let's move to the next question. What were the conditions of the Austrian ultimatum to Serbia? How Austria had given ultimatum to Serbia? Actually, after the murder happened, Serbia was actually held responsible for the incident. So Austria asked Serbia to resign, to surrender, and to find out the criminals and hand over them over the Austrian government. Austria refused. Austria was also asked to put ban on, and Austria also told Serbia to put ban on anti-Austrian publication and anti-Austrian meetings and institutions in Serbia. On the Serbian land, no anti-Austrian incident should be allowed. And another thing, Serbia refused to resign, refused to surrender, refused to surrender because he was backed by important superpowers. So Serbia refused to surrender before Austria, and the war became important, inevitable. Okay, so let's move to the next. It is also known as the Sarajevo crisis. Sarajevo crisis. This situation, the ultimatum given by Austria to Serbia, it is also known as the Sarajevo crisis. Acha, let's move to the next question. Mention any two terms or any three terms, any two terms of the Treaty of Versailles. Very important question. The Treaty of Versailles is a very important question. Every year it comes as a short question, long question. So very important to learn this question. So the Treaty of Versailles was also called the Peace Treaty. Peace Treaty. That means it is after the First World War. After the First World War happened in 1914, the Treaty of Versailles was signed. As I have said in the second video, I explained the Treaty of Versailles in a long and detailed manner. I will request you to watch that video first if you have not seen. So once again I revise it. The main objective of the Treaty of Versailles was to cripple Germany, was to limit the power of Germany, limit the power of Germany, so that it will not become powerful in the future, to limit the power of Germany. The world knew that Germany has the power to reform itself. Germany has the power to become the world leader and to capture the whole world. So for the humanitarian perspective, for the humanitarian ground, England and America decided to limit the power of Germany, who was held responsible for the outbreak of the First World War. During that time, Kaiser William II was a dictator. so effectuating the world war and causing great loss and damage. So many people were died, so many people lost their life, and as a compensation, $33 billion Germany had to pay to the victorious nations as compensation. Who were the victorious nations? England, France, USA were the victorious countries. Second one, in order to redress the destruction caused by the coal mines, Germany is the Saar Basin. The Saar Basin was forcefully captured by Germany, which was a part of France. So Germany was asked to hand over the Saar Basin for the coal. It was actually a coal mine. Saar Basin was a coal mine. It was under the Treaty of Versailles. Germany was asked to hand over the Saar Basin to France. Another one is the Alsace-Lorraine that we will discuss. Rhine Valley has to be demilitarized. Rhine Valley, it was demilitarized. That means all the military forces should be removed from the Rhine Valley. Another one lost, Alsace-Lorraine to France. Alsace was another part, another territory. Lorraine was another territory. It was given to France. Another one, Malmedy to Belgium, and Selsing to Denmark, and Denzem became a free port. Another one, coal mines to German area called Saar Basin, as I have discussed, once again repeated. Sixth one, German army and navy were severely restricted. German army was restricted up to 1 lakh. That means 1 lakh. That means not Germany was told to keep not more than 1 lakh of the soldier, which was very less for the protection of any country, which is very less. 1 lakh soldier is very less to keep in any country. Another one, navy 15,000 soldiers. It is also very less. The navy should not be more than 15,000 soldiers. It is also very less. Air Force was banned. Air Force was completely banned. That means Germany would not be allowed to keep any kind of air force. So these were the three very humiliating, very disrespecting the interest of Germany. It was very disrespecting. So let's so you can pause the video and write down the important points. Everything I have explained. Still, if you have any kind of confusion, you can write in the comment box. Okay, I will explain it once again. So I hope everything's clear. Let's move. How the outbreak of the Second World War was the outcome of the First World War. Actually, the seeds of the Second World War was sown in the Treaty of Versailles that I have discussed recently. Actually the seeds of the Second World War was the Treaty of Versailles and the First World War. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was severely humiliated. It was humiliating and torturous in many countries like Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, and Bulgaria. In Turkey also, the Khalifa, it was declared as a secular country under Khalifa Mustafa Kemal Pasha. So Turkey was also, but most humiliating country was the Germany. Germany was the most humiliating and suffered crushing defeat into the hands of the other victorious power, America, Britain, and Italy. Okay, so the seeds actually in the Second World War, Germany reformed herself and decided to take the revenge of the First World War. So the seeds of the Second World War was sown in the First World War. This is what the question is asking. So let's move to the next question. two important clauses of the Treaty of Versailles. Any two important clauses, you can write the $33 billion. It was given $33 billion was given by Germany as war indemnity to the victorious nation. Germany had also to evacuate the places like Saar Basin. You can recap the video. PASIN, Saar Basin, and Alsace-Lorraine, area. It was given to France. Danzig was declared as a free port. These any two causes, it may come as a 2 marks question. It can come as a 2 marks question. So any two you can write down. Rhine Valley was to be demilitarized. Germany lost Alsace-Lorraine. Any of the two points you can write. The army and navy were restricted. Air Force was banned. Sarajevo crisis, the same question has been repeated. Why I have written once again I am discussing the question because it is very important one. It also come as a short form, it also come as a long form. In the long type question also it can appear. So here you have to write everyone. Archduke Ferdinand, here means the prince or son. Here means son. The throne of Austria-Hungary was assassinated at Sarajevo. Black Hand is a group or union of death. It was a group which committed the murder of Archduke Ferdinand. Serbia was the country who planned the murder of Archduke Ferdinand. As a result of this assassination, Austria served ultimatum on Serbia, making 11 points, but Serbia refused to comply with the ultimatum, and Germany declared war on Russia, and on August 3, Germany declared war on France. So it was the immediate cause. Serbian crisis led to the World War I. Immediate cause, you can write down the main points. All these points, whatever the examiner will expect from you, is written over here. You can write down and learn this question properly and learn this answer very properly. Two military alliances, the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente, as I have said. Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy were Triple Alliance. Triple Entente, Britain, Russia, France and Italy. Italy joined later. These were under the Triple Entente. Let's move ahead. Yes, another thing, you can write down this also for making the answer lengthy. Yes, what were the objective of the League of Nations? The League of Nations was actually a international organization, international organization for prevention of peace in the world. We don't want war. After the First World War, the League of Nations was formed in October 1945. What was the objective? To save the people from the scourge of war. It was created in 1920. The chief aim was to stop war. Here the main objectives are written: preserve international peace and security of the world, to settle international conflicts in peaceful manner. Through discussion every problem can be solved. So the main chief objective was to preserve international peace and security. It was a peace organization, world organization, and every country was expected to become the member of the League of Nations. So these are the things, objectives you can write down, but understand the main thing. The chief objective of the League of Nations was to save the world from the terror of war, from the destruction of war, to maintain friendly relation among different nations, friendly relations friendly relations among nations, so that nations will think twice before going for war, and peaceful settlement of dispute, to solve any problem in a peaceful manner. So these were the three important objectives. Let's move. To promote just and honorable relation among the nations of the world, same thing which I have said. To force the member not to resort to war, not to go for war. If the problem is solved, then any country will not even dare to go for the war, because nobody want war. To formulate the plan for the reduction of the arms. If you are making the arms, that means you are preparing for the war. So the objective was also, these were the secondary objectives. Additional objectives: to take economic and military action against any country. If any country is not listening to the world, it may take action against them. To achieve this aim, International Labour Organization was set up, which is even now one of the specialized agency of the United Nations. What is United Nations? United Nations is now, after the Second World War, United Nations came with the same objective as was the objective of the League of Nations. Same objective United Nations has, which is working now in the present time. Let's move to the next question. Now last one. What changes has occurred in the political map of the world after the First World War? After the First World War, what happened? What were the political, is there any political change after First World War? Yes. Old empires like Germany here, why? The Austria and the Ottoman, Russia was shattered. Russia was also shattered, it was also crippled. Ottoman Empire was broken down, it was a Turkish Empire, it was also broken down. Austria was also become very weak, and new state Poland, Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Yugoslavia became created. These were the new states that were created. So these are the most important questions. Learn every question, because all these questions are very important. It comes into the examination frequently, it comes into the exam, and these are the only 12 questions you have to remember. You don't have, if you can remember more than that, it is much more good, but at least these are the questions which you must copy it, and which you must learn. Beyond that, every question, even the smallest question, can come within this. Okay, thank you. So make notes according to these questions and keep your studies on. And another thing, you can subscribe to this channel, Smart Exam Academy, and I, Mukesh Tiwari, will keep guiding you. I am also coming with lot of the videos in which we will discuss the preceding chapters. Till that, keep watching the video and keep your studies on. Thank you. Have a nice day.